This is a healthy biodiverse forest. And this, do you see a difference here? No? Well, there is one. Where I'm standing should be young trees, saplings, new growth, a forest coming back. But instead, it's all just this. It looks like a forest, right? It's not. What is it then? This is acanthus.
Hi, I'm Simi.
And I'm Jigger.
And we're here at Kibale National Park at the Margaret University Biological Field Station, where we finally arrived from a rather bumpy road from Entebbe. Over the next 2 days, we're going to find out how a single plant came to hijack this degraded forest in Uganda, and how the local community is turning that challenge into a solution for Uganda's forests.
What was once a biodiverse ecosystem is now dominated by a single aggressive species. But how did it do it?
So acanthus is a plant which cannot allow other seedlings to come up. And it has been in this area for a long time.
All right, let's go. Do I need a panga?
Um,
Oh, I'm going to watch the professional first and then
yeah.
I'm going to try a little bit.
Underneath, there is nothing which can grow there.
Whoa, it looks so dark.
Yeah. So the seedlings like this one, this is macadamia, will never grow because it is not getting any sun here.
So how old do you think this macadamia is over here?
It is 5 years old.
No way, for 5 years, this is how tall it stayed.
Yes.
It's hard to believe, but all of this starts with just a few single plants. Acanthus is a subwoody shrub that grows fast and dense. Its spiky leaves block sunlight, new shoots grow downward, and once they hit the ground, they eventually become new mother plants. Over here we have the mother plant with its shoots going upwards, but at the same time, it's growing roots that are growing downwards. So you can see here, there's some dreadlocks coming out, which are the roots. Then those roots are having even more roots, and those roots are having even more roots. They're going to hit the ground and eventually turn into another mother plant, and this cycle happens every 10 years. And over time, it creates a thick, dark barrier where basically nothing else stands a chance.
Some animals make the invasion unintentionally worse. An elephant passed here a couple days ago and broke the stems of the acanthus. But when the acanthus is broken, it doesn't die. It grows back thicker, faster, and stronger. The result is a forest that is stuck and unable to regenerate, kept in a shrub-like state. Ecologists call this arrested succession. But the acanthus couldn't have done this on its own.
Acanthus problem is actually a man-made problem. So when Uganda gained independence in 1962, the demand for construction material just went up. So that is when pine, eucalyptus came in. So Kibale could not cope with that demand without affecting its biodiversity. Kibale became a national park in 1993. It's called the primate capital of the world. Some of the species are endangered, like the chimps and red calabash monkeys. Because of that conservation importance, it became a park. So when Kibale became a national park in 1993, all the exotics, including pines and eucalyptus, had to be removed. Then that created very big canopy gaps.
And that's when the sun hit the ground for the first time, and acanthus went, "My turn!" Here's the twist. Even though it might sound like it, acanthus isn't an evil plant. It's actually even native to this forest. But when humans logged large areas, replaced them with exotic trees, and later removed them again, they changed the balance of the ecosystem.
But how do you bring back a forest when one plant refuses to make space?
There's only one proven way to deal with acanthus here, and that's where our partner, Uganda Conservation Foundation, comes in.
Ecosia team come here to cut acanthus 6 days in a week. And it is a hard work. We work for like 8 hours.
Every cut weakens the plant and gives native seedlings a chance to come back.
Our team's job isn't that straightforward. It's not just about uprooting the acanthus, but it's also about making sure that the native species that were buried beneath it still get to survive and thrive, such as this symphonia seedling that you see here.
To restore the forest, we have to protect what's already growing. That also means planting more native trees. And instead of buying seeds, we found a better source.
Most of the seeds are gotten from the wildlife dung.
So when you come across the dung,
You check in and then see if you can find any seed.
when we pick those seeds are brought back to the camp and then potted. So all you see here, these are the end results.
So you're telling me 100% of these seeds came from animal dung.
100%.
Wow.
During the logging period, one of the biggest tree species that was completely damaged in this park was Prunus africana. But through Ecosia funding, we've been able to collect a number of seedlings that we will be taking to the field for replanting.
It's really impressive to me of how you use the natural cycles to help the replanting process.
I think what Ecosia is doing is just helping us to offer support to nature.
But this is a lot of labor, so how is this funded?
That's the part that blows my mind. People don't need to buy anything or sign up, they simply just search the web. This restoration process behind us was funded by Ecosia.
And if you're new to Ecosia, Ecosia is a search engine that turns your internet searches into real-world impact. 100% of the profits go into climate restoration projects such as this one to plant trees where they are needed the most. All of this used to be acanthus. In 2022, the field was cleared for the first time and native trees were planted here. This is what a 3-year-old New Botania looks like. And this is a 6-month-old New Botania tree. And as you can see, acanthus is pretty stubborn and is already coming back. Clearing acanthus once isn't enough. It grows back fast. So the team returns again and again, sometimes for 8 hours a day. Restoration is a meticulous process, and rebuilding a forest takes a layer-by-layer approach. That's why Ecosia is in a long-term partnership with Uganda Conservation Foundation, removing the acanthus and replanting native trees.
Slowly but surely, this green acanthus desert is turning back into a thriving ecosystem. And as the forest recovers, wildlife also returns. When animals have food and shelter in the forest, they don't need to wander into the villages, which means there's fewer conflicts for people and wildlife. And it's already happening. Just look at what these camera traps captured. This is really incredible. Right over there is where these new trees have been planted. There's a little butterfly here, there's colobus there. The wild is really coming back once you remove the acanthus and you plant the native trees. At this point, this story could end here, but this project goes one step further.
So what happens with all of this acanthus that our team removed?
And that's the positive twist in the story that we didn't expect. We're about to meet someone who's turning all of that into something really positive for the community. This is Margaret. Her and her team are taking all of these shredded acanthus to her Eco Briquette facility. Let's go.
We finally arrived after getting stuck about 20 times. We're now in the briquette making facility, and Margaret is about to show us how the acanthus turns into fuel.
Welcome to our production site. Once I get the acanthus from the forest, immediately we put it into the drums to carbonize it.
Then the plant is shredded and mixed with cassava to bind it together, pressed into blocks and dried in solar tents. And in the end, it looks like this. For many families here, this small block changes everything.
Briquette, ready for cooking, since a big percentage of the community in Uganda use either charcoal or firewood for making their meals. Some people want to make a difference by using the eco briquettes. They know what it is and where it is from. They are helping to reduce pieces of wood that are illegally harvested from Kibale forest.
What Margaret and her team at the New Nature Foundation are doing is simple but very powerful. Every briquette used means fewer trees cut, more space for wildlife, and cleaner fuel for families. And by creating jobs, it empowers the community to protect their forest while earning a living. This is an incredible invention.
Yeah.
Who came up with this idea?
Well, it was an idea that we all put together, New Nature staff and the directors and the people around us.
Wow.
So every day when you are doing an activity, new ideas develop, new technology, and people join. You started very small, but you see today who we are.
How do you feel about this?
I feel I'm a defender of the forest.
You really are a climate hero. Webale munyanya wange.
Webale muno, munywani wange.
Thank you so much.
Webale.
Thank you for what you do.
Webale kuija.
Webale. Bye-bye.
Ekale kurungi.
Ekale kulungi.
Ndakulora obundi. Kabonge.
Tulinde ebyobuhangwa, tulinde ebyobuhangwa, tulinde ebyobuhangwa n'emiti tugirinde.
This was an incredible journey. We've seen how acanthus took over Kibale Forest.
And how the community is working tirelessly to bring it back.
Margaret, Martin, Patrick, Omuti, they're showing us what's possible when a community comes together using creativity to turn a problem into a genius solution.
And this is just the beginning. Ecosia's long-term vision is a restoration system where projects like these sustain themselves and no longer depend on outside funding.
Imagine how millions of hectares of forest could be brought back this way. Your searches are already helping make it happen. Tulinde Muhangwa. That was a song about protecting nature, and that's what this video was about, this journey out here in Kibale. We learned that no plants are bad per se, it's just about finding an equilibrium in nature.
If you got inspired, subscribe, share with your friends, and use Ecosia.
See you on the next video.